Good morning. Reading from Joy of Business today. This is Motivation and Inspiration with Venus Castleberg. And chapter 5, Reality and Entrapment. Do you believe impossible things? In Lewis Carroll's book, Through the Looking Glass, Alice says to the White Queen, "One can't believe in impossible things." The White Queen replies, "Why, sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." I love the Queen's reply. It expresses the joy and the possibilities and the fun you can be in your business and your life. But most of us have been entrained to think like everyone else. We're taught that we have to live in a reality that consists of everyone's ideas and limited views of what is possible. We are told we have to get real. We are entrained not to believe impossible things. Entrainment. If you put a bunch of clocks together in a room and they are all ticking at different intervals, eventually the clocks will get in sync with each other and begin ticking simultaneously. It's called entrainment. This is what we do as well. We entrain ourselves to everybody else's reality in our culture, our profession, or whatever it might be. We tend to believe other people will believe what other people believe and do things the way they do things. For most people, it's comfortable to function from entrainment as a source for connection and reality in business. That's why they do it. From the moment you wake up in the morning, you have been entrained about what to eat, what to be, what to wear, what hours to do business, how much money to make, or how much not to make. Are you creating your financials in order to match what everybody else is doing so you can be just like them? If so, you're probably not operating in what we call contextual reality. Contextual reality. Contextual reality is a reality that we've been entrained into. It's based on time, dimension, reality, and matter. These are the things that make it real in contextual reality. But in truth, does time actually exist? Or is it a creation? It's something we have created, and it's the same with dimensions, reality, and matter. They are all created based on the way we have been entrained to perceive them. They are not based on magic of what can show up. They are not based on what is truly possible. When you operate from contextual reality, you look to see where you fit, where you benefit, where you win, where you lose. Contextual reality tells you where you fit in business and where your niche is, and you can't go anywhere else. It tells you how to calculate the way your business benefits you and how to calibrate your success based on what's in your bank account. Non-contextual reality. What if you jumped tracks, changed universes, and functioned from a totally different reality from the one you've been entrained into? You can do this. You can operate in non-contextual reality. Instead of looking at what's possible in terms of time, dimension, reality, and matter, what if you perceive the energy, space, and consciousness? What would it be like to know if everything has consciousness, including the chair you're sitting in? Everything has consciousness. Everything is energy. And then there's space. Space. Space is actually filled with possibilities and question. Functioning in non-contextual reality allows you to have generative capacities beyond time, dimension, matter, reality. Non-contextual reality is beyond imagination. It is beyond the logical mind, beyond reference points, beyond what anyone has ever done before. It's beyond anything you or I have ever seen as possible. It has no form, no structure, no significance, no story. When you operate from non-contextual reality, you ask questions and follow the energy. You function from your knowing. And I'm going to skip ahead a little bit, just a couple pages, and get to the 6 impossible things. And just read this quote. Awareness, by the way, is not comfortable. That may be why so many people avoid it. 6 impossible things. At the beginning of this chapter, I quoted the White Queen statement, why sometimes I believe as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast. For the exercise below, I have played with her statement and changed it from believing 6 impossible things to creating 6 impossible things. Do you ever create impossible things? Why not? I invite you to step out. I invite you to step out of what you've been trained to be, do, have, and believe, and ask yourself, what are 6 impossible things I've decided I can't create today with my business? And write down your answers. And then when you write down your answers, after you write down your answers, maybe even pause this video for a second. And then after you have your 6 impossible things, push play and look at each answer and ask, is it really true that this is impossible? What would I have to change, choose, and institute in order to have this show up? What would I have to add to my business, my life, my living, and my reality to have this show up? And then maybe write down 6 more impossible things. What have you decided is impossible with business, your money, your life, your reality, your finances, your currency, and cash flows? Everything that is truth will you destroy and uncreate it. Which basically is just letting it go. What magic could show up for you and your business today? Would your business be easier if you allowed it to be magical? And that is the joy of business. Just a little excerpt, so a fun little exercise to play with. What are 6 impossible things you could create today, not just believe? And it's interesting to me how easy it is to believe it's impossible just because maybe nobody else has ever done it. Or perhaps, is it like the 4-minute mile, right? Everybody believed it was impossible until the first person ran the 4-minute mile. And then now it's like everybody can run the 4-minute mile. Anybody who would really want it to could run a 4-minute mile. When they broke the sound barrier, right? Was that impossible? When the world was viewed as flat, and for it to be round was totally impossible. So what have you deemed as impossible that really isn't impossible? Maybe just nobody's ever done it before. And if nobody's ever done it before, would you be willing to be the first one? Would you be willing to do something that nobody else has ever done before? In a way that nobody else can do it because nobody else is you. Just some food for thought today. If you like these videos, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe. Share the videos. These are free to anyone who is interested, and I'm happy to have you here with me. Have a magical day.